Black Tears, man. We back at the next light.
Yo,
Caesar C's. What's going on, man?
yo, what's good, people? What's good? With me, I got
Yo, it's very teasy, man. We back in this thing.
the man formerly known as Juice Man.
AKA the King, AKA Big Norm. Yeah, I'm in here, man. We're gonna get it going. Let's go.
And Mr.
DJ Rose. Don't forget the mister.
Yo, we starting off this week in sports, man. It's some good shit, man. We got some good shit for you, bro.
It all happened in a week.
Man, the Negro Leagues officially are going to be added to the MLB stat chart. So
Oh my goodness.
this is like one of those big things where Satchel Paige, I'm just shouting him out. Satchel
Oh, my
Paige
goodness.
was that dude.
They
Satchel
actually
Paige.
gonna do that?
Yeah, they actually officially doing it.
Oh my goodness.
So it's gonna like level the playing field. It basically shows you how good they were. So
But them Latinos taking over, so it's like
I mean, shit,
crazy.
yeah, they still black though. They still black.
Yeah, they got the blood.
They
Yeah.
brown. They ain't black. They brown.
Before Sammy
Whatever.
Sosa, that shit,
Whatever.
he looked like Juice Man from the block. But
I'm
Vertizi,
brown. Goddamn.
Vertizi, man, what's your thoughts on that, man?
Yeah, man. I recently watched the Negro League movie they did, the documentary they had on Hulu. Very informative, very dope. Some quick names. Josh Gibson. After they added these stats, he became the leader in like 3 different categories. I think he became like top, 5 in home runs or something like that. But he actually overtook Babe Ruth in like 2 categories. You got Rube Foster. I shouted him for Black History Month. He actually was the founder of the Negro League. Was an amazing pitcher and stuff like that. So, it's good to see his stats. And then we got a couple players I want to shout out. Hank Aaron, Jackie Robinson, and Willie Mays are players that, yes, they played the majority of their career in the major leagues, but they started in the Negro Leagues. Like, it's actually kind of sad that we had the Negro Leagues only from the standpoint of there were so many great players when you watch the documentary. Like, people say Josh Gibson is one of the greatest hitters of all time, like pure hitters. And I can only imagine if they would have been able to play with the white boys in the MLB, like how things would have looked.
But I mean, just from that testament, there's like, remember when they used to do the interleague games, and what happened every single time the Negro Leagues
They said that the Negro Leagues would kick their butts, and that's why I said like it would have been nice to see if they would have actually like merged with them, because then we would have had maybe Babe Ruth wouldn't be considered like one of the GOATs, Mickey Mantle and all these other players from back in the day. And you said Satchel Paige, man, there were stories that I want to say he pitched his final game. I want to say like 4 or 5 scoreless innings at the age of 65. So, hey, man, shout out to the Negro Leagues, man. The last person I want to shout out is Effa Manley. She was another person I posted for Black History Month. She was the first female owner in sports, and she was a black woman. There's some discrepancies of her race or whatever, but a lot of people say she was black, and she's in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. In fact, from my understanding, I think she's the only female, white, black, whatever, that's in the Baseball Hall of Fame. So, shout out to the Negro Leagues.
Yeah, shout out to Nick. It was I was watching some of the Pat McAfee show. It was so funny, but it was funny to me, but it wasn't funny because he kept trying to get AJ Hawk to say,
I can't say that word.
to say Negro. And he kept saying, what was the name of the league? What was the name of the league? And then he kept trying to get him to say Negro. He was like, nah, I don't know. I can't read it. It's not coming up on my page. It's not coming up. I don't know. That was so hilarious to me. It was so funny to me because obviously they're not racist, but it was just so hilarious to me that they didn't even want to say the word Negro, which is
let me say in the name. So
yeah.
it's like,
But it's like it was hilarious to me, but then it almost made me feel some type of way afterwards. Because like, hold on now, are y'all making fun of it, or y'all being for real? You know what I'm saying? It almost made me feel some type of way about it afterwards. But at the point of me watching it, it was hilarious. But man, I'm glad they got the records in the Major League Hall of Fame now. Incorporating with the major leagues, because that was one of the first leagues too, and they deserve to be in it and now so all those records are going to be changed. So I'm just waiting to see all the records change and see if they're going to support these people's families or their lineages or something like that.
and it's gonna feed into the legacy too, though, man. Like especially with baseball is one of like America's pastime. It was past due.
Hey, C's, I do want to hint on something you hinted at earlier. Like, Hey, I want people, especially black people, to take notice to this because to what you was when I was joking about the Hispanics, we do got to have black people get more into baseball because at one point in time in the 70s and 80s, there was a lot of black people playing baseball, and then for some reason it fell off. So we do got to find a way, like, how do we get black people interested in baseball because it's just historical fact. Once black people play a sport, we're going to dominate that shit.
No, we just gotta lie and just say change their name, say they from DR or something. So like Ricky Johnson from Oakland, California, from Atlanta, Georgia, your name is now Ricardo Torrey or some shit. We just gonna say lie, but yeah, moving on, man. We gonna have we got Jaden Waddle, man, from what he play at?
Miami Dolphins.
No, I mean college was Alabama.
Yeah, he went for Alabama.
Yeah, he's one of them Bama boys.
He won them sucker boys.
Now is
Dated his cousin, you know what I'm saying? College,
now they got him down in Miami. So what's your thoughts on that?
Yo, man, I thought the contract was good for him. I thought Jalen Waddle was a good receiver before Tyree got there. He was having 1,000 yards before Tyree got there when Tua was kind of in and out the lineup. Now, some people may argue because this contract makes him a top 5 receiver now, paid. So some people will argue, is he a top 5 receiver? I don't know.
He's not.
It just depends on, what team he's on and how many targets he get. But he's an amazing receiver, man. But you could probably name, like to your point, Rosa, you probably name 5 better than him. It's interesting because as soon as he got the contract, there was reports that Tyreek Hill wants a new deal. And it's like, nigga, you just signed the contract, man. Shut the fuck up and play, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stop being a hoe ass nigga, man. Like, that's the reason why you left Kansas City, man. Because you wanted a new deal, and you got a new deal in Miami, man.
I thought he left Kansas City because he liked white girls.
That too, he liked white girls, and he wanted more money, man.
Oh.
But hey, this is a great contract for him. It's a great contract for the other receivers. And last thing is, I saw Devontae Smith recently got a contract, and I saw something online about he has a house that's like worth $200,000. Hey, I hope Jalen Waddle, even though he got his contract, take Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts, model. Man, get yourself an affordable house, man. You don't need no mansion, man. Not all these millionaires need mansion, bro. So I'm proud of them boys for just having a respectable little home that the average person can have. They can fit your family or whatever. So enjoy this money, Jalen Waddle. You deserve it.
Yeah, I thought the contract because before I didn't know about the contract, but then when I started reading into when it was on the rundown, I started researching it and things like that. But as long as Miami Dolphins has been around, he's like franchise leader in multiple stats. Like he's the first receiver to have 3,000-yard receiving yards in a year. He had the rookie. He has the rookie reception of 104 and this is a team that had Dan Marino. And Tua ain't nowhere near Dan Marino. And when Tua was hurt, who did they have?
Man, they had some black nigga that was the backup, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the black backup quarterbacks.
So it was like but what they were saying, I think it was Ocho that was saying, not Ocho, but Acho. Ocho, you'll never get no shots on this show.
Talking about the Nigerian nigga?
Yeah.
Okay.
Acho. Yeah.
Acho, not Chad Johnson.
Yeah, not Chad Johnson, none. But Acho, he was saying like when you have broke so many records for a franchise, then you're going to get paid. You got to get paid.
Got to.
He broke it down so magnificently. I can't. He's one. I like listening to him talk. Sometimes I don't agree on all his takes, but he's so intelligent. I love listening to him talk. Yeah, shout out to you.
Yeah, so I'll break down his 3-year, 84.75 million extension, 76 million guaranteed. So pretty good deal on his part. Maybe we'll see Miami in the playoffs. Maybe. Moving on, man. NCAA. Officially court case, they will have to pay their players, and then also on top of that, they will.
See, so when you said that, I just got a question. So this is separate from the NIL deals.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
we're break it down for the listeners because some people may be like me, and when they saw this originally, was like, well, I thought it was already getting paid for the NIL deals. So please break it down what this particularly means.
So basically, you got two different ones. You got the backdating one where they owed players a certain amount of money. So like that court case going back from like 2008 and all that stuff is now they're going to have to allow players to make a certain amount of money. Like if you use their likeness, that type of deal. And then there's also the deal like, remember what happened during the pandemic where players couldn't play? Now they're going to have to allow an extra year of eligibility. So it's two things going down with that.
But are they getting paid?
Oh yeah.
So now these players when they come to college, they're basically going to have contracts.
In so many words, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I think that's wonderful then, man. Like, man, I know there are some people who don't like the idea of student athletes getting paid because they feel like your education is good enough. I'm just gonna keep it real, man. Me and MJ say about this all the time. That degree don't mean shit. Because at the end of the day, I'm just gonna keep it real, man. Like, a degree don't guarantee you a job. Like, and depending on where you go to school at, they're gonna look at the degree, they're gonna look at the name on the degree, and they might be like, man, fuck that degree or whatever. Man, if you bringing money to these universities, which if you've looked at the statistics, they've shown places like Penn State, Bama, USC, Notre Dame, UGA, they've actually shown as those schools win in their respective sports, tuition goes up.
Yeah.
They get bigger stadiums. Coaches get paid more. So I just don't like the fact of why is all these other motherfuckers getting paid, but the people that, like, we not coming to Bama to watch Nick Saban coach. Because let me tell you one thing right now. Even though Nick Saban retired, I can damn to you one thing, C's. Bama Stadium will still be full. Bama Stadium still gonna be full. I'm a UGA Bulldogs fan. We had Mark Rick. We got Kirby Smart now. Can I tell you something?
Kirby Smart.
That stadium stayed full, bro.
Yeah.
Like when Mark Rick went there and he was winning national championships, it stayed full because people wanted to see Matthew Stafford throw that ball, no Sean Marino run it, and they wanted to see AJ Green catch that thing. Like, did anybody give a fuck who's on the sideline, man? And you got these presidents of these universities getting paid, but then you got commissioners of the fucking conference getting paid too. Why the fuck we need an SEC commissioner? Why the fuck we need a Pac-10 commissioner? Why the fuck we need an ACC commissioner? Why the fuck we need a MAC? How you say MWAC? What the fuck is that even conference for? Like, come on, man. Like, hey, man, congrats to the players, man. Get your money. And I'm glad that you said, C's, they're going to back pay to, 2016?
2016.
I'm glad they're going to back pay these niggas, man. Because there's niggas like Johnny Football, and there's niggas like Deshaun Watson. They put butts in the stands. Like, hey, I'm young, I'm old enough to know, bro, when Johnny Manziel was doing his thing, that was much watched television. When Deshaun Watson was in the national championship game, the second time against Bama, that was probably one of the highest viewed national championship games ever. So, hey, man, pay these motherfuckers their money.
It's going to continually chip away at they're going to have to start doing profit sharing, shit like that. But basically, so it's not signed in paper yet. It's pending, but it's $2.75 million in damages of former D1 athletes from basically 2016 to November 2023. They're going to have to pay an amount of damages of $2.75 million. So that's crazy.
And real quick, take someone like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. They revitalized women's college basketball last season. Like, what they did for women's college basketball, that's why you need to pay these motherfuckers.
And then to add on to that, $22 million in profit sharing from all the, views and shit. They're going to have to spread $22 million a year amongst them, too. So it's about time players got paid, man. It's two different court cases. But
yeah, I don't care about them getting paid. Because they getting paid regardless. They was already getting paid, but now they're just gonna get some tax money. It's all about the money they getting now. Uncle Sam's taxing now. They was already getting paid, so it's like Uncle Sam's still winning. You know what I'm saying? He's still getting the tax money off of that, so he's gonna get a big cut off all those millions. But man, I'm glad that they can make money off their name, image, and likeness, and also they can make money off of from what the NCAA payout, and just it's another thing that they call, it's not NIL.
Was it profit sharing?
It's not profit sharing, but
the TV revenue.
Not the TV revenue, but that it's a pot of money that all the people put in and they get and they pay them now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, stipends.
Oh yeah. Stipends is gonna be so like
so I don't have a problem with none of that. But don't make it seem like because without it they make a lot of people a lot of money. I ain't gonna lie, they make a lot of people a lot of money, but that was the name of the game, man. That was what signed up for. So I didn't have a problem with it not getting paid. I don't have a problem with it getting paid. I ain't never gonna count the other man's pocket because I can barely count mine. So man, but shout out to them. I'm happy for them.
But yeah, I mean, it's going to continue to tip away with the NIL deals and all this other, like the settlement. It's going to keep chipping away where basically college sports is not going to look anything like it's looked ever. It's going to continuously change.
And it's going to mess up college sports, especially basketball, because nowadays, like all the best players not even from here anymore because the college basketball is so messed up. Because of all this, the one and dones, and you can't go straight from high school. It's like you're getting paid now. It's ridiculous because now people like. Well, we'll talk about that later in a second, but yeah.
But yeah, I'm moving on, man. NBA Titan, one of the like pillars of NBA. Everybody should know this name, Bill Walton, man. Just passed away. Died just a couple of days ago, May 27th. He was 71, man. I remember hearing about him play, and then seeing him on different NBA programs and just shit over the years. It was like, so oh yeah, that's Bill Walton, man. So I mean, rest in peace, man.
Yeah, man. Bill Walton, man. I've heard about his greatness on the basketball court, but I mostly know him as a broadcaster because I'm not old enough to have seen him play, but I've seen footage of him play. Hey, he was a good broadcaster to me, man. I forgot the movie. It was a movie where I think somebody did a slam dunk and he was broadcasting, and he said, "My head's on fire," and his head was literally on fire. It might have been maybe
Tropic Thunder, or not Tropic Thunder.
Might have been Space Jam, the first one, or it might have been like Lil Nicky or something. But like literally, it was funny because now that I'm an adult, because I saw that when I was a kid. When you go back to his broadcasting style, and they've been showing clips of him, that's literally how he was. He was a goofball. But that's what you like, though, man. And I just want to say something. I saw a documentary about him recently. I want to say last year or 2 years ago. And I just want to shout out him as well as other white people right now. Him, hey man, what he was doing for black people in the 70s, and his like at the time, he was standing up for black people when he was in college. Like he was doing protests for black people. And when you're a white individual, and I'm saying this to the white people that may hear this. When you decide to stand up against oppression that does not benefit you, like to me, that's an amazing thing. And from all the stories I heard, from Stephen A. Smith to Skip Bayless to Keyshawn to Rachel Nichols to Steven Jackson to everybody, no one had a negative thing to say about him. And everyone said that he brought joy to people. And he always told people, man, hey, man, this is the best day ever because you woke up today. And that's something I've always heard. And the fact that that's how he lived his life. Hey, man, shout out to Bill Walton. He's an NBA legend. But, hey, from what I've heard from all these people, he was even a better person. So, hey, that's what's up.
Yeah, from what I heard, Kobe Bryant said the only reason why his son was on the team because of his daddy.
Hey, shout out to my nigga Luke. You brought us 2 championships.
That's what I heard. But, yeah. So that's how important he was. Like he got his son the Lakers head coach job. He got him on the Lakers. Hey, when last time you heard of Luke Walton?
I want to say the other day after the news broke that his daddy died.
so shoot, man. Shout out to Bill. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how you make your family proud. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but great basketball player. He brought, I think, Portland their only championship.
Yeah.
He kind of hurt my feelings when I found out he was the 6th man of the year and played for the Honkies. I mean the Celtics. But I kind of hurt my feelings.
He played for the basement too, though.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but he got 2 championships. He's a well loved individual. He's always a happy guy. But yeah, shout out to him and his family, man. Condolences and prayers and tears for him.
So
yeah, man, only player to have a 6-Man of the Year award, Finals MVP, and League MVP. That's amazing.
Shouting him out, like his stats. Look at his stats on Wiki, man. Stacked. 2-time NBA champ, Finals MVP twice. First team, second team.
One of the best players in USAL history.
Yep.
After Kareem or Al Cinder, you know what I'm saying?
Al Cinder, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Also retired at his jersey's retired at UCLA, which is definitely, if you college basketball fan, definitely one of those schools. But man, moving on, sticking with the NBA, man. What's y'all thoughts on what the fuck happened, man?
Yeah, man. I mean, it broke my heart to see Ant-Man lose like that, man. Like, it broke my heart to see them boys get blown out at home like that, man.
It hurt my heart, so I can't even call KG a hoe.
Yeah,
that hurt my heart.
Yeah, it broke my heart, man. But you know what, man? Hey, man, that's good for Luka and Kyrie, man, because they was more experienced. Luka been there before, man. You know, hey, Luka. To be honest, Luka needed to win this more than the Ant did.
Trae Young would never.
Yeah, Luka needed to win this more than Ant did, man, because he been knocking on the door for years. You can't keep calling someone one of the best players in the league or best player in the league, and they can't get their team to a finals, man. Like, I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm going to keep it 100, man. This is going to be an interesting finals because I really don't know who to root for, man, because I love Jaylen Brown because Jaylen Brown from the A, and he for the people. Mm-hmm. Like doing that Black Lives Matter shit, George Floyd shit, when all that shit was going on, he was one of the few NBA players, but fuck it, he was one of the few athletes that wasn't just you grabbing a microphone talking. He was on the street leading these protests amongst people.
And that's probably that. But that's probably how he got
that you know, like the whole what they were saying about him.
No, I'm talking about that's probably when he got that pedophile chatted him up. That's probably when he was on the streets. That's when she went and got him. You know, so.
Oh really? Oh yeah. That's crazy.
Jaylen Brown. Leave that hoe alone.
Yeah. Bro, please, man. We need you, man. But yeah, man. Definitely, man. But then on the other side, man, Kyrie, man, he's standing for the people too. Like Kyrie, man, even when it was bashing for all that Jew shit and that Hebrew shit, one thing about Kyrie, bro, he never really backed down. Mm-hmm. Like he said, I said what I said, I did what I said, I stand on business. How you gonna call me anti-Semitic when my people is Semitic? So, hey, I respect Kyrie too, man. If you ask me to pick today who gonna win, I think Boston gonna win because they just a better team, bro.
It's a better team.
You gotta look at what they did to the Pacers without Porzingis. And Jaylen Brown was the best player in that series, and the best player is Jason Tatum. Like, to be honest, Jason Tatum, if y'all lose this finals, you a hoe. Because he's
been a hoe.
Because all you got to do, Jason Tatum, you ain't got to play better than Luka. Because everybody's saying Luka's better. You ain't got to play better than Luka. Just play like you do in the regular season, and long as Brown plays good, which Brown never really plays bad in the playoffs, to be honest. And Porzingis come back, y'all will win this series in 5 games because top to bottom, y'all just a better team. Y'all a top 5 offense, a top 5 defense. But if you ask me who I want to win, man, I'm a Lakers fan, bro. I don't want to see the Celtics. Like, we just tied these niggas championships.
Yeah.
So I'll be pissed off because I'm be real. I don't see the Lakers winning another championship before I die. I don't see that shit. And I'm in my 30s, so that should let you know how bad I think the franchise is right now, bro. We fucked up. We fucked up right now. So I don't want to see the Celtics take the lead. So, hey, Kyrie, man, hey, take it back to 2016 and go crazy, bro. Drop 4 30-point games and 2 40-point games like you did against the Warriors to end their little, season, man. Please do that, man, because I do not want to see Boston raise the battle.
Yeah, I'm thinking Dallas is going to win this series, but I would love to see Jaylen Brown get a ring. I would love to see him get a ring, but he plays for the Ops though.
I know, and I hate that about him.
He played for the Ops, so it's like I
wish we could have traded for that nigga when the opportunity came.
Yeah, and then he played for the Ops. I don't have a problem with Jason Tatum. Only problem I have with Jason Tatum is that he went to Duke. But other than that, I don't have a problem with Jason Tatum. I feel like he's one of the top players in the league. But he top 15. I can give him that. I ain't gonna say he top 5 like the voters said.
Maybe 12.
But he top 15.
He around like number 8.
He top 15, but he ain't top 5. But and I was so after looking at the numbers when Jaylen Brown, but I think they gave the thing to Jaylen Brown because he didn't make the all NBA team,
and he hit that shot,
and he hit the shot, and he hit that shot that saved them in game 1 because Jason Tatum's numbers in this series
was better,
was way better.
When I looked at the numbers, I was shocked, but then I had to think about it, bro. Jaylen Brown never really had a bad game. Tatum had a bad game, but then that shot, that shot probably the shot of the playoffs right now.
Yeah, so it was that shot, and I think they felt bad because he didn't make the All NBA team.
Which is bullshit.
Yeah, and he deserved it. So
not when you have that nigga in the basement make it.
Yeah, so because that dude in the basement ain't in the top 20.
I know that's your boy C's, bro. That's
ain't in the top 20.
That's your boy, but come on, man. Like, there's no reason why
he ain't doing
shit.
Can
I say something?
He ain't doing shit.
There's no reason why Kawhi should have made the All NBA.
He ain't doing shit. I'll admit it. Yeah, as a fan. But I was talking to the homie Jack last night. We was talking about the whole series. I'm gonna agree with Rose on this one. We both said it. Shout out to Jack. We said Dallas in 6. It's gonna go Dallas, Boston, Dallas, Boston. 6 games. It's gonna solidify Kyrie's legacy. People say he was washed up. Oh, he should probably retire. You got all this extra drama outside. So I would love to see that story to close out Kyrie. Whether he retires or plays another few years, you get this championship. It's the one he lost. You know, we talk about, what was it, 2016?
Is it all the fact that he going against Boston where they pooped on him? He's going against all the naysayers. Everybody riding on his jock strap now. Everybody riding on their jock strap now.
And it's the shit talking. And it goes to Luka too. Luka was like, "Hey, this was my Serbian brother." I was like, "Oh shit!" What you talk about the Eastern Europeans? They start talking to me like, "Oh, this for my brother." And I didn't know he was that good of a shit talker.
Hey, where Porzingis from?
I don't know fucking know.
Because I would love to see Porzingis come back so him and Luka can talk shit to each other in whatever language they got.
But check it. How y'all feel about Michael Finley?
Oh, he snatched the beer out of Luka's hand?
Yeah, he's like, nah, bro.
Hey, come on, man. You can't do that shit, nigga.
I felt that. Luka was like.
The other thing was he had a beer in his other hand, though. If you go back and watch, it looked like he had another beer in his other hand, man.
Did he explain why he did that?
No, but people said the reason why he did it because Luka's always had an issue with his conditioning.
His conditioning,
all that kind of
and
stuff,
shit like that.
Yeah.
So he trying to make sure he stay.
Hey, when you ball like that, you can do that shit, man.
But he did it so smoothly. It was like
brother.
And then he was right next to his daddy, so it was like he pimped him like he was his daddy. Like, hey, let me get that right in front of your daddy. Like,
brother, you can't do that.
He probably told him, man, hey man, you win us a championship, man, I'll buy you a whole truckload of beer, man.
Nah, I'll buy you some stock, man. I'll buy you the company.
So let me ask y'all a quick question before we move on to TNT. So, y'all got the Mavs winning. Does Luka have to be the MVP for them to win this series?
Yes.
Luka is the best player in the series.
Yes.
So he has to be the MVP.
Yes.
He doesn't have to be the MVP.
Kyrie outplays Luka.
He doesn't have to be that MVP.
Oh, they're gonna win. They're still gonna win.
So you feel like Luka doesn't have to be the best player for them to win?
He has to be the second best player if it's not Kyrie, but they have to play their best basketball as those two. If one of them falls, Dallas is over.
So let me ask a question. We saw them shut down Ant-Man, which surprised me. Do Dallas have the ability to lock down Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown?
They can get in Tatum's head. Yeah, definitely. I can see how
Tatum. I feel like he lost his mojo and lost everything. They're already in his head when Jaylen Brown won the Eastern Conference MVP.
So my last question.
We've seen him drop 50, 40, and 50, and they still fucking lost.
So my last question, y'all both got Dallas. Is that dependent on Porzingis not playing, or if he do play, not looking like he did before he got hurt, or even if he come back and still averaging 20 like he did before the injury, y'all still feel like Dallas is going to win?
Yes.
I'm gonna ride with Dallas only because I haven't seen Porzingis play this year.
Oh no, he's been amazing this year. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but I haven't seen him play. So, but he's still Porzingis. You know what I'm saying?
He's good. I just don't think the Celtics have enough. I'm going the opposite route. I think they don't have enough to beat Dallas. When Dallas is on their shit, I think the Celtics are going to fall apart. We've seen it happen multiple years, multiple seasons.
Yeah.
They're going to fall apart.
And also, like, the way they destroyed Minnesota, because Verchis is on the record saying that the running out of the Nuggets in the Mavs series, Nuggets in the Minnesota series is going to win the championship. And the way they destroyed them boys, it made Ant-Man look invincible.
They destroyed them in Game 5. All the other games came down to the last 2 minutes now.
It's a gentleman's sweep. It was a gentleman's sweep. They boys got
it was a close gentleman's sweep.
Hey, it don't matter.
Close, but
don't
still
matter.
swept.
It don't matter. The way they destroyed them boys, I can see them doing that to the Celtics too, because Celtics has the best team. Celtics had the best team, but they have a problem with closing. The way the Celtics play Indiana, like
it was troubling to watch that. It was troubling to watch.
That's why I say
they're
liable to fall apart.
Last question. We saw Jason Kidd win a championship as a player for the Mavs. He got drafted by the Mavs, I think, back in the day when he was the truth. What does this championship mean? Because the Celtics coach, if he wins it, it's cool, good for him. We've seen a lot of coaches like Nick Nurse and others get championships, Frank Vogel, and get fired. What does this mean for Jason Kidd if he wins this championship as a coach? Is he a Hall of Fame coach to
you? He's going to be. He will be. Yeah, he will be.
I ain't gonna lie. For him to be an ex-player as a Hall of Famer,
he will be.
He's so much he's great as a coach. I can't lie.
He will be. Yeah.
And I had been proven wrong. For a long time, I didn't think he was a good coach. I was like, it's your players. Your team is the only reason why, you're coaching the shit, but I was proven wrong.
But the way he coaches makes the team so better because he doesn't coach like other coaches coach. He says, this is what I would do. Because he was such he's a point guard, so he was such a wizard on the floor. So he tells Luka and Kyrie, this is what I would do, but tell me what you would do. He's a player's coach, and he listens, and he also is like, this is what I would do, and he has so much game. It's like you can't go wrong because you got to ride with him.
And I feel like he's gotten the best out of players he coached because Giannis' potential got unlocked under Jason Kidd, and this Luka we're seeing now is a different Luka than we saw the last couple of years, man. So moving on to team.
He coached Giannis?
Yeah, he coached Giannis. Oh yeah. That's why I said.
Yeah, because he was back when
he was the head coach for the Bucks when the Bucks first started making the playoffs with Giannis. Like before Giannis started winning MVPs, when he first started making All-Star games, it was Jason Kidd. Yeah, but moving on to TNT, man,
Dynamite,
boom. ACs, break down the Trump situation.
So basically, they didn't get him on the federal charges. That case is dead in the water for now, as far as from what I've seen. They got this man on 43 fucking charges. 43 fucking charges.
I thought it was 34.
Was it 34? Maybe I got my numbers mixed up, but shit, it's still a lot. Shit.
Yeah, felonies.
He is a former president. First time in American history we have a convicted felon who is a former president. If they can get him, they can get anybody. So
yeah, Thurgood, you going down, man. Like when I saw Trump got convicted, I was like, bro, a white man that's a billionaire that used to be the president just got convicted on 34 counts. Thurgood, they're gonna convict your black ass.
So it's really
no.
So these are state charges and not federal charges, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
So it's not. It doesn't have the same.
Yeah, it's
the
weight. Yeah,
gravity.
The weight is not holding because the total fine for all those is $5,000.
Yeah, so it's like
he shits that a day,
and then it's
not
like
bad for lunch. He shits that.
But like the ones that are really going to hurt them are going to be the defamation case. Maybe they probably got some insurrection shit in there. There's like 34 cases. We don't have time to go through all the cases, but hey, that mixtape. When that mixtape cover dropped,
they already started posting little memes of him hanging with niggas on the block and rap music and shit.
Well,
hey man, I got tears, man. I'm gonna keep it right where I got tears, man. I'm gonna keep it short, man. I got tears because guess what? This nigga probably still gonna get elected.
Hey man, I ain't got no tears, man, because this is great for all the black folks in America. Now you can't say, "Oh, you a felon? You can't work this job. Oh, you a felon? You can't do this.
That's a good
Oh, you a
point,
felon?
Rosé.
You can't
Oh,
do this. You a felon? You can't do
That's a
this."
good point.
Hey, pause real quick.
Nah, that's a great point, man. Because hey, bro, if this one becomes president, man, I feel like if you a felon, man, you should go to any job you want. And when they say we can't hire felons, nigga, the president of the United States is a felon, man. Get the fuck out my face.
Yeah, exactly. So now Trump, they say he for the people now. So he might have just got my vote. I don't even know. I ain't saying that now, but he might have just got my vote. I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But tears for him. You know what I'm saying? Tears for him.
Man, I got no tears for that motherfucker, man. He rich. And he used to be a president. Motherfucker still rolling around with Secret Service. I ain't got no tears for that shit. But I mean, hey, honestly, it's gonna do the opposite of where it's like, we can't let a convicted felon be the president. This shit just boosted his popularity. But on the flip side, it is gonna be a stain on the United States overall. They're gonna be like, you go to another country, they're gonna be like, oh, your president's a fucking criminal. Yeah.
And what?
We can't say shit about it.
We've been criminals.
I was about to say, man. Like, nigga,
No, I'm saying, like, we know all the presidents are fucking criminals. We know that shit. All these motherfuckers in
Except
Congress.
Obama.
Nah, he got
Obama.
he did some shit too, but we ain't talking about that. But I mean, his campaign, man, is, put it like this: he gonna have to pay some fucking money. We know that. You can't win all of them. You can't. Oh, I win. I'm a winner. No, motherfucker, you don't win everything. But let's see how this shit plays out in the next political season going on. So it's gonna be some crazy shit.
Free Thug.
Yeah, free Jeffrey, man.
Nigga, you gonna they finna fry your black ass.
Hey, Trump get off, he gonna get off too, man.
Yeah. So what about the guy that was driving off?
And I'm moving on, man. We got this nigga. How you zoom in a court case? Like your license is suspended, right? And you're zooming the fucking judge in your car. I ain't got no tears for your dumb ass.
Man, I don't know why the judge act surprised, man. You know how many motherfuckers, and I ain't finna say all the niggas' names, man, and all the hoes' names. But you know how many motherfuckers that I know got a suspended license and still just be driving? Like, come on, bro. Like, hey, that judge should have been like, well, you made my job easy today. I knew you was driving, nigga. I knew you was whipping this shit. Now I just got proof, man. That just show you, man, some of these niggas are stupid. That's just stupid. Nigga talking about, hey, man, I'm finna park right now. Nigga, bro, nah, bro, you supposed to wait till you park that motherfucker.
Be in a house.
Stand outside the car, get your water bottle, throw some water on your forehead, and then zoom and be like, yeah, man, I had to walk to this doctor appointment because I ain't got my car. You supposed to get sympathy. So the judge look at you, man, that's a fellow black man, dog. He walking and shit. He need his license. All right, let me get him his license back, man. He going to a doctor appointment. He look overweight. He probably got a bad foot and everything, diabetes. Man, let's go help this nigga out. Instead, you whipping that thing. Talk about, yeah, I'm gonna pull in right now. All right, nigga. Shit, hey, turn yourself in by the end of the day. No bond. And that nigga gonna talk. And then they gonna end the Zoom call, but like, really, nigga, man. And this for my home at MGH, man. JM, nigga, what?
Yo, so I got tears for the man because the reason why his license was suspended because of child support. He paid the child support. He did what he's supposed to do, and they were supposed to lift the suspicion, but they didn't. It was an error in the system. So he thought he had license, and also records show that he should have license. So he done got locked up. He all on TikTok. That man about to get paid. Yo, so I got tears for him because he shouldn't have had his license suspended in the first place. I can't say he shouldn't have him suspended in the first place. I don't know how far in arrears he was, but he paid it. He was supposed to have it back, but the state didn't do it what they were supposed to do. So they screwed him.
So So
And
basically,
he still screwed himself, man.
No.
Because most of these states got laws where you can't even use your cell phone while you're in the car. You still driving and you on a Zoom call, nigga.
yeah, it's the fact. See, I didn't know all the information as far as his license was suspended because of child support shit. So that's another thing. It's fucked up how you owe money on child support, but they fuck you over where you can't get paid. You can't pay it. So now they putting a block on you.
But he paid it, and his license was not supposed to be suspended. Legally, his license wasn't supposed to be suspended.
Yeah, so he should sue him. He should get paid.
So and then he was just living his life. He didn't even know his license suspended. That's why he went to court like that. I was like, yeah, y'all trying to say my license suspended? No, it's not.
But he didn't go to court. He zoomed these niggas.
But
That's court.
If you're gonna zoom,
niggas while driving a car.
Go home. Take 20 minutes out your day. Go home and then put the camera on. Don't sit in the fucking car.
They got signs saying, "Man, hey, we see you on your cell phone. We arresting you." Fuck him talking on the cell phone. Nigga was zooming on the cell phone.
And the thing about it was, I think he had a car mount, so it wasn't like he was holding the cell phone.
Bro, some of these states, bro, they still arrest you for that too.
No, you don't. Because that's how Uber drivers make money.
But some of these states
interacting with the phone.
They still don't want you interact with the phone. Period.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's my whole point. So the fact that you FaceTime and Zoom
Georgia's one of them too.
And drive, that's exactly. Nigga, you're not supposed to do that, period, in most of these states.
Everybody that be driving and Snapchat and doing all this other shit.
Yeah,
TikTok.
but if you got it in the holster and you just push the button, it's legal. You just can't handle it.
Speaking of driving, man, you said Uber, man. Uber, Lyft. You talking about a company called Blackwolf, man. Vertizi, I'm gonna let you break that down, man.
So yeah, a black man started a company a couple years ago called Blackwolf. Basically, it's a drive-in service like Uber, Lyft. They only hire ex-military, ex-law enforcement, or people with high security clearance that can carry weapons. All your drivers are armed. They give you a safe, secure service. They open the door for you, as well as they walk you to your final destination. So like when you go home, they make sure you get in your house. I even saw one video where if you ask them to, they'll actually go in the hotel room or your house, and they'll actually make sure it's clear or whatever for you. So it's supposed to be a safe and secure service. I got tears of joy, man, because man, black people, man, keep doing your thing, man. Like sometimes you ain't gotta create something new. Like what did Lupe say in that one song, Seas, man? Did you design it or did you redesign it or did you invent something new? Sometimes you gotta invent nothing new. Just redesign shit that's already here. And he's taking something like Lyft and Uber and saying, you know what? What's the negative things that I hear about those services and how can I improve upon it? And to me personally, like if I had kids, and that was one of the biggest things, that he was talking about. Like sometimes, you be sending Uber or Lyft for your kids at the airport or at a bus stop or whatever. Like if I had kids, I would feel safe and secure knowing that they're with a professional person that cares about their well-being, that also is armed in case some shit happens, especially if they're going to get home, for example. They can make sure, because you never know. Somebody could break in your back door or your window, and they're going to go in the house and check all that shit out. Hey, it's dope, man. Shout out to this brother, man. Keep doing your thing, man.
I ain't got no tears because how much this gonna cost? How much this gonna cost? Uber already charging too much. Lyft already charging too much. How much this gonna cost? Like, come on, man. You trying to hit everybody's pocket. Like, come on, man. Ain't nobody about to pay you to do all that. Like, so the Lyft costs $20. The Uber costs $21. But that service costs $202. So it's like, ain't nobody doing all that. Stick to your people, the professionals, the sports agents. But if we can't afford that, why are you trying to promote it to us like we can afford that? Ain't nobody buying that. Ain't nobody signing up for that. I got tears, man. Like, man, matter of fact, I ain't got no tears, man. But now if you can make it affordable, which you can't, because you need all those credentials. These people they need their money. All those credentials, they're not going to do no $3 rides. They're not doing no $5 rides. They're not doing no $20 rides. It's going to be a minimum of something.
You know what you just made me think of? Not.
What if he puts them on a salary?
There's no way he can survive that way.
I don't know. I don't know all the business section. I'm just saying, what if you find a way to put him on a salary?
Know what you just said made me think of. Now we gonna have some op block one of these young kids and be like, hey, gonna get in the car, he gonna pay their money, get in the car with their ski mask, like, hey, we gotta make a run. He gonna use them to do a damn drive by or something. But nah, if you can afford it, man, which is probably geared towards, higher end clientele. I mean, it's a great thing. It's not a new business. It's nothing new. It's just, I think he's putting it on a platform where it's accessible, because they've had these services before where, like, it's a movie, but you've seen Transporter. Mm-hmm. You literally, like, people have drivers every day, armed security guards, business people, politicians,
But, and that costs so much. It's like the average person is not going to be able to even afford that.
I'll say this, though. It may be expensive, but you have to ask yourself, man, how important is my safety and security, and how important is the safety and security of my loved ones?
If you can't afford it, well, it don't even matter.
I mean, I don't know the numbers. I'm just saying it could be expensive. It might be like health food. Like, it could be something that you can't afford, but it's going to be more expensive than
you can't afford it. You ever took Uber Black? Just to go around the corner?
Nah, I ain't never taken Uber Black, but I done seen it. I like when I click on Uber, I see how much Uber Black is. So in the cities that Uber Black is available.
Yeah, so just imagine that times 5.
I mean, it might be expensive, man, but hey, then again, we might not be his clientele.
We're not his clientele, but I take Uber Blacks when I go to the city, when I'm taking short routes and things like that. When I'm with my old lady, just so I can flex some of my old bees.
Because sometimes you gotta pop up and show niggas.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, I ain't doing all that. Like, come on now, man. Uber and Lyft already robbing everybody.
Expensive as.
You know what I'm saying? If they ain't robbing everybody, they robbing the drivers. So unless you gonna pay the drivers to do some stuff that the Uber and Lyft ain't doing, man, you can mix me with all that.
But shout out to you, man. Talking about jobs, man. It's a kid graduating, says he wants to work at McDonald's, man. I mean, anybody got further details on that one?
Hey, I ain't got no chance for this either, because it's better than the one shorty said she graduated from the kindergarten. And why we having kindergarten graduations anyway? It's this the participation trophies. Come on, man, it's kindergarten. Everybody passed kindergarten. Not everybody. Some people on the short bus, some people don't do it, but I ain't got no tears, man. He said he want to work at McDonald's. It's better than the short that said, "Oh, I want to be pregnant when I grow up." Oh no, she said I want to be pregnant. Y'all seen that one?
Yeah,
I saw that. The only extra details is basically all the kids had to submit to the teacher what they wanted to be, when they get older, and that's what he submitted. I got tears, man, because this just goes to a conversation me and MJ had a while back. It's important that Black people in the community, provide not just opportunities, but influence and leadership to kids. Because 9 times out of 10, the reason why he said that is everyone around him, whether his family members.
No, he said it because he loved McDonald's. He want to eat some free food.
Well, a lot of times kids want to be, when they're young, they want to be what they see. And so, like, that's why, like, if you look at this statistically, teachers like the number one job a lot of kids say, because that's what you see every day. So, like, maybe your mom works at McDonald's, maybe your neighbors work at McDonald's. Like, it's supported people who have successful jobs, entrepreneurs like dude from Blackwolf, people that are social workers, people that work in law enforcement, military. It's important that when we're in the community, that we're stressing like, hey, there are opportunities in different jobs out there, so kids can see that. Because, of course, as he gets older, he's not going to want to work at McDonald's. But the point is, as he gets older, is he going to understand some of these jobs out here? Because I got friends that got jobs that the average person doesn't even know exist. But they pay very, 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 very fucking well.
Yeah, but I'm gonna disagree with that, because the average, I mean, when the kids are saying that, they want to be teachers, that's not true. Kids, when kids are his age, they want to say, I want to be a firefighter, I want to be a policeman. No,
those are jobs too. But I'm saying, like, they had a statistic, and teacher was the number one job. But those jobs was 2 and 3.
But as a statistics, those are skewed. As me being a educator in a child development major and working with these kids,
I'm not even disagreeing with you. My whole point is those are jobs that are basically accessible and visual. That's my whole point.
Yeah,
like, we need Black people who live in these neighborhoods and communities who have jobs that are not visible like those jobs to actually be in the communities and be active participants, because that's my whole point. You got friends, I got friends, we got family members that have jobs that pay very well, and the average person doesn't even know the job title of some of these jobs.
So basically, you're saying like the proximity.
Yeah,
the visual
like someone that
proximity.
works at a plant that's the technician at a plant, like that's like somebody don't know that job probably pay $25 an hour. Like some of these jobs, when you're in the community and you go to these schools and you talk to these kids, like, hey man, you need to let them know, like, yeah, this job is out there, this job pays this, and some of these jobs don't even require degrees.
Yeah, and most it's not about the kids, it's about the high school, the youth. So when we say kids, I want to say we're talking to the youth, because elementary school kids, they don't even know what's going on. But the youth, when we need these people to go to these high schools and tell the people like, hey, I'm a plumber. I did this. I did this.
And that's what I'm saying.
I'm a tech, like
People
Bertie's saying. I need this. I need this.
Reach out to the community. Like, we as Black people can't become successful and then not go back to our communities and be like, okay, even though I live on the other side of town, let me go to my high school and see if they'd be like, hey, yeah, I'm such and such. I went to the same school you did. Mm-hmm. This is my career that I have right now.
You don't have to go to college. You don't have to pay Uncle Sam all this money.
So it's important that we do that as Black people. We reach back in these communities and just let these kids know the job opportunities out there and the pathway. This is the most important part. The pathway to those jobs.
Facts, man. Facts.
So yeah, man, I really ain't got no tears for it, but it's just like, I mean, think about how many jobs you wanted to do as a kid, astronaut, engineer, all that. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, because it's like, hey, I want to work at McDonald's. I want to own some McDonald's eventually, but I do agree with both points. Is like, hey, you kind of want to be what you see. Like, if your dad's a cop or your auntie's an executive or a dentist, you kind of want to be that. So I agree with the point of you want to see it.
And can I ask a question? You just said something that's crazy to me, man. What if in 20 fucking years, or even like 15, because I think he's probably 5, in 15 or 18 years, what if everybody who's laughing at this video right now, critiquing it, what if this nigga ends up owning like 25 McDonald's?
Who cares?
That'd be crazy.
Unless he gonna drop the prices on the Big Mac.
Hey man, y'all have raised the prices on.
Hey, McDonald's controls it. He don't control that shit.
I used to order McDoubles instead of cheeseburgers because they was cheaper. A McDouble's like $3.19 now.
No, you can get 2 for $3.49. You gotta get the app.
Oh, you gotta get the app.
Yeah.
See, you see what I'm saying, bro?
I ain't downloading no damn app. Just order some damn chicken nuggets.
You gotta get the app.
Why you got the app?
Yeah, because it's 2 for $3.50.
Well, why you got the app?
because I'm a cheap MFer. That's why. And I'm gonna get every deal. I got so many apps on my phone. Most of my apps on my phone is for fast food.
Hey y'all, man, get these fast food apps. It is deals out here, man.
Yes. Don't get trapped out here. You know what I'm saying? I banging out the trunk.
Speaking of apps, man, anybody got that Walgreens or that CVS app?
Not yet. But
nah.
I had it at one point in time.
But yeah, speaking of CVS, man, it was a woman. Bertiezy, break this one down, man.
So this
CVS.
This woman.
It wasn't CVS. Walgreens.
Child Protective Services.
CPS.
Oh shit.
Yeah. She dropped the kids off at Child Protective Services. She had 5 of them, and she's been going on podcasts talking about it. She's living her best life. Now, in the initial interview she did, she said that basically she was struggling. I think her father's kids had passed away. I don't know how, but I think she said he passed away. So she was having a hard time raising the kids. So she felt like the best thing to do was basically give them up. And basically now she's going to just stay in the system.
So, I mean, the question I have is, like, there was no other relatives or anybody else that could have took care of the kids?
Man, some of these hoes, bro, don't have the support systems to raise kids. I got tears for the simple fact of this. Man, these Black, like, all women, period. But I'm going to speak to my sister. These Black women, man, y'all got to stop having babies out of wedlock. Y'all got to stop having babies that y'all can't afford, because we just talked about the McDonald's situation, man. I just seen a whole bunch of graduation photos of these hoes taking graduation pics with their kids, and some of them look like they coming from the club. Like, yo, this is the reason why our future is so fucked up right now, because we got fucked up people raising kids. Like, I can't even get mad at how these kids are turning out, because you're not giving them a chance because of the way you're raising them. Like, to be honest, they might be better with child protective services.
Then
they might be
hurt.
better, in foster care than with their mother, because she seemed like she was fucked up. But guess what? If it gets to that point where a kid is better off in the system, you don't need to have fucking kids.
Yeah, I got tears because a kid is never better off in the system because the state is not good parents. The state is not a good parent. They need to be with family. I don't understand how this whole got so much publicity. Y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah, publicity.
Yeah.
But because she going on a road tour and like she getting paid off this now. Like you need to be in jail. You need to be on child support. I hope they tax every dollar that you making on for child support because you sat there and had all those kids. Like if you didn't feel like you could take care of them, you should just ask for some help or do something. But you dropping your kids off, that's so much trauma on those kids. Like, and then you out here living your best life. Oh, you deserve to be in jail. Like, they need to put these hoes in jail. Like when they do stuff like this, because this is ridiculous, man. If you ask me. Because the state is not a good parent. The state does not raise your children better than you could. It don't matter how bad the parent is, the state ain't gonna do a better job than the parent would. And that's facts on facts.
And it kind of just goes to the whole, like, you out here, you evidently making some type of money because you get publicity doing this, or you spending money towards going on the road and being on this podcast, being on this show, being TikTok famous. So it's like, the kids didn't ask to be here. That's always the problem is they never asked to be here. You brought them into this world. So it's like when you basically taking the burden and say, I'm not doing it. Because she never said, oh, I need help or I need this and that.
No.
She just basically just dropped them off. You know how you drop a baby off at the front doorstep. So it's like, man, hopefully it's tears for the kids, man. Hopefully the kids get in a better situation than what they were in and what,
she don't need them back, but a family member or somebody need to step up and they need to tax her. They need to hit her over the head with some child support.
Yeah, and then speaking of just not being able to take care of kids, not being able to pay bills, man. Rose, Bertizzi, tell me what's wrong with these hoes.
Oh, it's a lot wrong with them. But we ask this question every day. But which hoe we talking about today?
We talking about a hoe that can't pay the light bill, but she got multiple niggas.
They all hitting?
Probably. She probably got a roster,
Yeah, that's crazy, man. You talking about paying bills, man. Shout out, man, Nayat, for providing us our liquor tonight.
Yes.
But, yeah, man. Like, nah, man. It's crazy because in the video, this woman was saying this is a homegirl. She was willing to go half on the girl because she got kids and stuff, and they don't need to be an adult. But then that's when the video took a turn, and she started saying, it's crazy because you got so many different niggas coming in at your house. Man, I'm just going to say this, man. And I say this to all my homegirls, and if y'all listen to this, hey, you know it's true. When you get to a certain age, I'm going to keep it real. Once you get to about 24, 25 as a woman, like in your late teens, and I say very early 20s, you're kind of young, and you probably just fucking to just be fucking. But once you hit 24, 25, man, you should not be fucking with no nigga that can't do nothing for you. Now, does that mean you need to use niggas as ATMs? Hell nah. No. But if a nigga sliding in your vagina, you should be able to go to that nigga and say, hey, I need this. Can you help me out? And he should be able to do something. Like if you need 100 for the light bill, he should be able to give you 50. Like, it's just crazy, man, that these women entertain niggas that literally can't do shit for them. Like, if you should be able to ask a nigga like, hey, my car's fucked up. Can you take me to work today? I know you off today. Can you take me to work today? That nigga should not have an issue picking your ass up and dropping you off at work if he's fucking with you. But the problem is, pussy done got so easy to obtain. You hoes is just giving your pussy away and not even can't like y'all just so infatuated with the way a nigga look and a nigga just fucking you. I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. I talked to a lot of older women, and a lot of women I've talked to would say, man, I could teach a nigga how to fuck you, man. I'm being dead serious. Since I've had hoes say that. I've had older women say I could teach a nigga how to sexually please me. So some of you younger women, y'all gotta stop being so infatuated with, superficial stuff like this nigga fucking me like this. Cause I'm gonna keep it real. A real nigga who working 9 to 5, who got a job, man, he probably ain't gonna fuck you as good as that bum ass nigga down the street, man. Cause guess what? That's all that nigga is doing. It's just fucking. That nigga that had practice, man, he a professional fucker. I'm just saying, man. Like, because you might have a nigga who done came from the factory, he home, and guess what? Niggas ain't really like women. We'll fuck you even if we tired. Because if you ask for the dick, we happy to get the pussy, but also we want to please. But guess what? You may not get the best dick. If I don't want the 12-hour shift, yeah, man, that dick might be sore that night. But I still gave it to you, man. And guess what? If you need something on a bill, guess what? If I'm fucking you, I ain't got no problem helping you out.
What's the number? 1-800 call for T's.
I'm just saying, like if I'm fucking you
need to call Nate because she in the bind.
Yeah, if I'm fucking you, I ain't got no problem looking out, man. I may not give you the whole bill, but I'll give you something towards it. But hey, I just want a quick side note. Hey man, for all you hoes out there that's fucking 5 niggas, stop leaning on that one nigga. We all need to chip in. We all need to come together.
What was the roster?
We all need to come together. And we need to sit down like, so you doing this, you doing that, I'm doing this. Cool.
We need to have a Zoom meeting.
Yeah, we need to have a Zoom meeting where every nigga is equally contributing.
Oh, that's the food guy.
This bitch.
You the food nigga? You the light bill.
Man, because you hoes will be fucking 4 niggas and only 1 nigga chipping in. I'm tired of that shit. Man, if 3 other niggas fucking, I'm not gonna give you the whole 100 for this bill. I'm gonna be like, it's 4 niggas, I'm gonna give you 25. Why you give me 25, BTZ? Because there's 3 other niggas that owe you 25.
Man, you sound like you taking this kind of personal.
It is personal, because these hoes know what they be doing, man. Y'all be out here trying to lean on one nigga. Stop leaning on one nigga. Like, it's multiple. Now, if I'm the only nigga, that's different. I expect to carry the weight. But if it's multiple niggas, let me tell you, I'm not going to score 40 points every night. Some nights, I'll be like, hey, I'm going to score my little 15. Nigga, score 25 so we can win this game.
You the MVP. You the real MVP,
I'm not trying to be the franchise player. Like, what? Hey, I said, I know I'm the franchise player. Bro, this ain't practice, man. Like, come on, man. Y'all other niggas, y'all need to step up and contribute to these hoes too, man. Because I'm tired of hoes hitting me up saying, I need 300 for this. Well, goddamn, where the other 4 niggas at, bro? I can give you 80. That's it, though, man. I mean, these hoes crazy.
Rose, man. Go ahead, man.
Hey, man. I don't know if I can come behind that. He said a mouthful right there. Man, somebody fix that man a drink. Somebody, hey, bartender, come
get him a
fix
drink.
that man a drink.
Yeah.
Somebody bartender fix that man a drink.
Double shot. But yeah, man. On a real note, man, it's I hate to Bertizzi, man. Don't get mad at me for doing this, man. Angela Davis, the great Angela Davis, once said, "You got to use what you got to get what you want." Necessary tools. So it's like, hey, if you got 5 and you can't get one of them, get 50 for this one, get 50 for that one. What's your light bill? 120, 200.
Yeah,
get somebody to do something, man. It's just like,
but yeah, you got to spread the wealth, man. You got to spread it out. Just like you spread your legs, you got to spread the wealth. Man.
It's like get somebody to pay for something. It's like, hey, yeah. I need to hold 50. Let me hold 40. I got.
Yeah, you got to spread that out like you say you need $30, but I know Verti's not the only nigga you talking to. Why you asking him for the whole 30? You should be asking him for 5. Because I know it's 6 other dudes hitting it too. Hitting the same way or better or worse. It don't matter. They hitting it.
And if you got a roster and you can't pay your bills, it's like, maybe you need to stop maintaining the roster and get an extra job or pick up some extra hours.
Man, these hoes don't even know how to work, man. All they know how to do is stretch. You know what I'm saying? And they don't even know how to touch their toes anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. And all like, man. You need to get your second job. Yeah, you need to get your OnlyFans, or you need to get on List Crawler. You need to do something because ain't nobody trying to help you out like that.
Man, say that pussy for the 40, man.
Yeah, it's Friday.
But yeah, we asked that, hey man, get your bills up, use your tools, use what you got to get what you want if that's the case. But man, moving on, man. We had a big week in sports, man. This week we gonna take it a kind of a deep topic. What are your biggest sports what ifs? We can go on all day, but we just gonna stick to 5 personal. I'm gonna start off with Rose, man.
All right. So my 5. It's not in no particular order, but my 5 is what if the tuck rule never happened? That bull crap. What if 9/11 and the tuck rule didn't happen? Because that's the only reason why they got in. For that, they almost American flag on their uniform.
We always Patriots that year.
Yeah. So what if the tuck rule didn't happen? Well, we'd be roasting Tom Brady today. Probably not. I ain't gonna go too deep in that. Everybody know what it is. It was a fumble. Another thing.
Then they changed it. So then 2024 is a fumble.
Yeah. So it's like, so
after the tuck rule, we ain't never seen that rule come into play again.
Exactly. So another thing. What if Kobe and Shaq would have got along?
Shit, they would have had 8 championships. Shit. Yeah.
What if Kobe and Shaq would have got along and Shaq didn't get traded to Miami?
Billups wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
And Dwayne Wade probably wouldn't be a gay father lover.
Oh yeah, man. That nigga would have been in Miami ringless.
Yeah, Shaq gave him the opportunity to come out of the closet. So third, like I said, not in any particular order. What the Pistons would have drafted Melo. Right after they won a championship, what if the Pistons would have drafted Melo?
Probably would have ran back.
Wow.
They probably just would have been good, man, because if your second one would have been true, Shaq and Kobe stayed together, they wouldn't have won no championship. Now,
they would have ran
won
the
the
East.
championship.
You can't run it.
They would have run it back. They would have beat that Spurs team.
Yeah, but even if they would have lost to Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah, no, they would have ran the East for
But they would have ran
another decade.
Yeah, so and this one's gonna hurt me. I wore this shirt for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Oh Lord, here we go.
I wore this shirt for a reason. What if the Atlanta Falcons didn't give up the 28-3 lead?
Matt Ryan would be a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Stand
Hulu
down.
would have never left.
Go ahead, Georgia, stand down. Falcons, stand down.
And Tom Brady wouldn't be considered to go.
Would we be right here, or would we be somewhere else, man? I believe if we won the game with that lead, everybody on it that's sitting on this podcast would be somewhere else. We would be so much more successful in our life just because of that. I think we would all be millionaires right now.
Parlay?
Ain't no parlay. We would just all be millionaires because that would have brought so much money to Georgia and so much other stuff to Georgia. Atlanta Falcons would never be the joke again. It's like it would, because Atlanta's already the city. So just imagine if he would have won the Super Bowl that year. Just imagine that
they would have opened up like 100 more strip clubs in Atlanta.
Oh my goodness, man! Yeah, and I think my last one was what if Magic Johnson never got HIV?
Probably would have stayed in the league.
Shit, the game got it now.
What if they never said he got HIV? And it's like, would he be as rich as he is?
Nah, man, he probably wouldn't have became a billionaire, man. Him having to leave sports made him have to focus on business more.
Yeah, it's like,
and I felt sorry for him, man,
because it was at the end of his career, so it's not about basketball, but it's about the business part.
Oh no, I think he would have won another championship because the year he announced he lost to MJ in the finals, and I think he won MVP that year. So he was still like a top 5 player.
He was, but do you feel like that he would be the same person he is today if he wouldn't have got diagnosed?
Definitely not.
Nah, hell nah, man. Because him announcing he had AIDS made him be a sports figure into a national figure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go next, man. We speaking of MJ, man. What if MJ didn't retire that first time? I think it kind of would have changed the dynamics of the league, and like that speaks to overall because it's like MJ and the Chris Paul trade.
So you think they would have won?
Man,
they went 3-peat.
Let's be real, man. The only thing they would have changed with the MJ one is Hakeem would never got a ring.
You think so?
Because he stopped everyone else from getting a ring.
Yeah.
Reggie, Charles, Patrick, everyone else didn't get a ring. The only thing they would have changed is Hakeem would have got a ring and MJ would have officially blocked the whole 90s out.
Man, he had Kenny Smith on that team.
The 90s.
Man, Kenny Smith wouldn't even be working for inside the NBA.
I think the Bulls just would have just dominated even more than they already did.
So do you think they would have won 8 in a row the 2 years that he left? You think, or they would have
been like 7.
Or you think they would have won? They would have won 4-peat.
4-peat. And then it's like, do you just?
I don't think they would have went 4-peat because that was man, they might have. They
would have beat that Magic team.
They might
They would have beat that because the year he came back halfway through the season or whatever, they lost to the Magic. And next year they swept the Magic.
But that wasn't the year right after the 3-peat. That was the year.
Yeah, I'm saying that year definitely they would have won. Mm-hmm. And in the first year, he was undisputably the best player in the game and left. Mm-hmm. Like undisputably, they would have beat that Rockets team.
Definitely think that one. It changes the dynamic of the NBA, and I think. We can say it, but I think like all these big things have happened from the beginning of the NBA till now. Like even the Chris Paul trade, like it would have affected how the league is now. So you see how stuff turns out. The next one is what if Jim Brown did retire, man?
He just would be undisputably the greatest running back of all time instead of in the discussion.
So it's like there's that factor, and then it's
but will he still be the activist that he was?
But he was an activist regardless. But as far as the movie shit, though,
it would.
That's the whole purpose when he retired was to do movies. So he probably would have did the movies. But shout out to Jim Brown, man, because if you like the black exploitation films in the '70s, he was a big part of that movement.
And what's that one? OGs.
Hey, man, and I know why Rose loves Jim Brown, man. Hey, man, Jim Brown was known for Donkey Kong holes.
Yeah, and the Ford was it in Miami when it was in Miami? What's that movie called? When it was in Miami?
One Night in Miami. That's
One Night in Miami. If y'all haven't seen that movie, please go watch that movie.
Hey, man, I'm motherfucking Jim Brown.
Yeah, he went to that white man's house and said they said you want some lemonade? He said oh no nigga niggas getting no lemonade over here. You
we don't like niggas inside.
You can't come inside. No, you can't come inside.
And my next one, man, unless you're a racing fan, you're really not going to care about this one, but NASCAR. What if Dale Earnhardt didn't crash and die?
Shit, we won't be talking about his son.
I mean, there's that factor, too, but, I mean, it would have changed NASCAR.
So, would we still be drinking Budweiser? Take it back. I don't drink Budweiser anymore.
Will rednecks be drinking Budweiser?
Would they still be drinking Budweiser?
Hell yeah, man. Budweiser probably even a bigger brand than it is now, man.
Man, I thought Natural Light took over all that.
That's that meth. That's that meth pick, man.
Shout out to the meth heads, man. Keeping Natural Light alive.
Our next one, man, is Pete Rose, man. What if Pete Rose didn't get banned, man?
He didn't get banned. He's still one of the best players.
It's like,
but now that they put the Negro Leagues in, then he's just an average player.
I mean, it's not that. It's like the whole gambling situation. It kind of changes baseball.
Gambling would have been crazy, man. Because if your best player in the sport can gamble on games he played in or coached, then basically the whole reason why motherfuckers for like 30 years was kind of scared to gamble because of Pete Rose. And now we see niggas starting to gamble again. So it's like, bro, fuck it.
Gambling is so big. Yeah, gambling is so big right now. Like ESPN came out with their own.
But it's like if
gamble.
If it would have happened back then, though, it's like it would be crazy to see how much money they would make now. So it kind of dynamics of the league, and it's like I try to pick the ones that kind of.
Oh no, I don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem with. We're just talking. We're just spitting game. I don't have a problem with anything that you said.
Yeah, and that's my last one, man. Unless you're a soccer fan, Premier League. What if Alex Ferguson stayed? Manchester United would. We talk about this is like in the realms of we talk about like the Lakers, the greats.
So he's better than Pele and all that.
No, he was a coach.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's like you talk about those like Titan teams. Mm-hmm. Manchester United in the early 2000s was. They had a good run.
In America, we wouldn't even care.
No, it's just kind of one of those things. It's like Sports What Ifs. I think, man, you would have definitely been dominated the whole decades.
So what if Ted Lasso was a real coach?
Man, bro, that nigga be the GOAT.
Hey, that's it. Hey, watch that shit. Watch that shit. It just ended the last season, but yeah, those are my what ifs, man. We got it's one of them things, man. We could do all day. We got tons of scenarios. I mean, it's easy, man. You the last one up.
Yeah, man. So, I got 5, man. I'm gonna explain each one a little bit, but y'all chime in and say what y'all think about each one. So the first one is, what if Vic?
We gonna let you know all them trash.
Yeah. What if Vic would have never got arrested for dogfighting? What if he would have been able to play his career in Atlanta?
Man,
Probably would have fucking.
I think we probably would have won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think we would have eventually won the Super Bowl. I think we would have won the league MVP because when he got arrested, he wasn't even in his prime yet.
But that year, the year that they beat the Packers, he should have been MVP.
And then we saw what he did in Philly without the athleticism. He was athletic, but he didn't have the athleticism in Atlanta. So I can only imagine he would have still had.
He was a half a step slower.
Exactly.
He was still the man.
But if he would have had,
but he was a better thrower.
If he would have had Atlanta athleticism with the mental capacity, man, we talking about probably one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, man.
But what if Atlanta would have gave him some weapons?
Man, bro. Hey, man.
So basically,
let me tell you, man, it's like sometimes when God says, man, I can't give you everything. Vic, for those who haven't seen,
he had nothing.
For those who didn't see Vic play live,
Brian Flanagan was his best receiver.
Vic was so good, but you couldn't give him T.O. Because had you gave him T.O., you thought McNabb and T.O. was amazing. Vic and T.O. would have been dominant.
Man, what if? I should have put that one on. What if they would have gave Vic some weapons?
And I'm gonna talk about a GOAT right now. What if LeBron would never left Cleveland?
I never thought about that, but he should have never left because I feel like they should have came to Cleveland.
We would see more player loyalty in the NBA because remember for a long time in the NBA, players was loyal to their teams. Mm-hmm. So we would still see that now. KD probably would have never left OKC. Like LeBron going to Miami opened the door for a lot of these players to be like, I can leave. And then we wouldn't see these super teams. Because then it had players be like, bro, we could form super teams. And I will say this, I think he probably would have won a championship. Even though as great as I think LeBron is, I just feel like the way Cleveland was ran, it was ran so poorly, he would have never won a championship as well as I feel like he had to go to Miami to learn how to win.
I think eventually they would have.
They could have possibly won one. Maybe, but nigga, I'm be honest, bro, probably not.
But his
I think they would have won one because instead of him going to Miami, they would have came to Cleveland. Because that's what they should have did.
If they would have came to Cleveland,
that's what they should have did.
If they would have came to Cleveland, then we talking about a whole different scenario. I'm just looking at like, what if he would have stayed and everybody else would have just like Bosh and Wayne go to Miami and then he just maybe get Antoine Jameson.
I think they would have had
maybe start him out.
I think they would have had to have brought the tools for him to stay because it's like that's when the team starts falling apart. It's like, hey, he's a star player. He's been here for years. We need tools around him. Mm-hmm. They're running the East. It's LeBron.
I wish he would have stayed in Cleveland because it was disrespectful for him to have to go to Miami. If they wanted to all play together, Wade, they talked about it now.
It was one of the few times
they talked about it. They should have went to Cleveland.
It was a Hollywood script. You get a kid who grew up in the area, which is why I'm always mad at Atlanta Falcons and Atlanta Hawks. Yeah. Why is it that we get these players who grew up in the area like Deshaun Watson, Cam Newton, and these other people, and they don't never play for us? Like, it's crazy, man. That was just, Hollywood story. What if the Warriors would never blew that 3-1 lead? Like, KD probably would never went there. We'd be saying the Warriors is probably the greatest team of all time. LeBron's legacy isn't as strong as it is because one of the reasons why his legacy is so strong is because he beat that team. But
people forget that he beat that team because he's been in the league for so long.
Yeah,
he's been so dominant.
They're all newer fans that forget. But I know a lot of LeBron fans that's what they bring up when they have the Michael Jordan discussion. They always say Michael Jordan never beat a team of that caliber.
Yeah, he did.
And Steph Curry would maybe have 5 rings. And Steph Curry, instead of him being on the verge of that top 10 conversation, we might be talking about Steph Curry as a top 5 player because he'll
never be a top 5 player.
If he would have won that championship,
I don't think so.
That championship, having the best record of all time,
beating
LeBron in the finals. Because think about it,
the NBA was different though.
But I'm saying, that would be back-to-back years he beat LeBron. Mm-hmm. Back-to-back years. Like
But
imagine
those Cleveland teams were so
but
trash.
still, just imagine someone beat Michael Jordan back years in the finals. Like that's how much I respect LeBron. You know, one of the reasons why we put stuff in that conversation now is he got a winning record against LeBron in the playoffs.
I don't put him in that conversation because of that. I put him in that conversation because of what he did in college, and then he came in the league and did his thing too. And he changed the game with the logo threes and all that.
When you watch some of these sports shows, they do bring up this record against LeBron, like.
I don't hold that. I don't hold that against LeBron. I don't hold that over LeBron.
But yeah, the discussion of just like if they had one, man, it's like
but they should have won.
We would be saying
that would be one of the best
teams. They are the best team.
Yeah, that would be one of the best teams.
Players' legacy too.
That would be one of the best teams.
Can you tell me the player legacy would have changed besides Steph and LeBron? You knew Draymond was supposed to win the MVP. Like when they did their ballot, Draymond was actually the warrior that had the most votes. So had they won, because remember he had that game 7, he had almost 30 points.
But he was the reason why they lost.
No, he was, but I'm just saying, think about that. What if Draymond Green would have a Finals MVP on his mantle? We look at him differently too.
No, we're not. Because he still be the same guy.
Every player,
he'll still be the same guy. That'd be like we looking at Kawhi. Yeah. That'd be like we looking at the Kawhi.
So then
he'll be Kawhi.
So then we got the Seahawks. What if they would have ran the ball?
Shit.
We looking at Tom Brady's legacy not being as strong as it was. We're looking at Russell Wilson probably retiring the Seahawks. We're looking at Marshawn Lynch with a Super Bowl MVP because he was the MVP of that game. Super Bowl MVP.
I'm sick.
We're looking at Pete Carroll, first Battle Hall of Famer with 2 Super Bowl rings. The Leach, like, bro, that shit does so much for the Seattle, and then it does so much to hurt the Patriots.
I'm sick. That was a good one.
And we talking shit about Tom Brady because remember, he threw 2 picks in that game.
I'm sick. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was.
I got my last one.
You messed my head with that one. That was a good one.
But now this last one, I'm going to go in on it, but I'm going to give y'all my honorable mentions only because the last one, y'all probably won't have much to say on it. What if the Bills would have won that first Super Bowl? What if MJ would have missed that shot against Georgetown? And what if Magic and Bird would have had a little rivalry or came in the league at the same time? So my 5th one, and it's technically sports, so for those who watch wrestling, hey, man, what if Mankind would have never won a championship from The Rock the first time? Now, for those who don't know what happened, on Raw, they gave Mankind a Dirty F title against The Rock. In a televised match. WCW at the time was the biggest competitor of Dirty F at the time. On WCW, for those who know, who watch WCW, they literally said in the main event of their match, oh, yeah, by the way, Raw was not live at the time. It was on tape delay. So the announcers already knew what the end was going to be. They said, oh, they're going to put the belt on Mankind. The viewers turned off WCW television and went to watch that. And the ratings were so drastic. Once that happened, up to this point, for those who know the history of WCW and WWE, WCW have been kicking Dirty E in ratings for basically the whole decade. Once that happened, Dirty E never lost the ratings war again with WCW. And then WWE ran him out of business. This man bought his competition. Like, think about this. This is my competitor. I buy you. And now this man becomes this billionaire who we know what shit he got going on now. And I just feel like as a wrestling fan, if that doesn't happen, we probably don't have WWE's probably not around anymore. It's probably WCW, and we're not talking about Undertaker. We're not talking about The Rock. We're not talking about Stone Cold. We're talking about Steen, Goldberg, and the stars of WCW and Booker T. Like that was just one that I always thought to myself, that was crazy. And also, for the opponent Mankind, it made Mankind more popular to me because he was never a wrestler that you looked at and said he should be world champion. He was just a fat, sloppy-ass nigga that wore a tie around his neck and put a dirty-ass sock on his hand. And that just made a lot of the regular fans be like, you know what, bro? I can vibe with that. So those are my 5.
Yeah, that one and that soccer one,
I mean, that's why I admit it. Because I know y'all don't watch wrestling, but that's why
I watched wrestling. I've been watching wrestling before you was born.
Yeah, it's just one of those ones.
But it was like,
if you're not a fan, like.
Yeah, you're not a big fan, but
I feel you.
But even if you someone who used to watch it, think about it though.
I feel
Like,
you.
what if WCW would have took over?
But it's all the same. They switch back and forth. They used to switch back and forth all the time. Back in the day, in the 90s, they used to switch back and forth.
Well, let me give more details. Some of the WCW stars, like Sting, when WWE took over, some of the stars from WCW basically retired. So like that's another thing about it, man. What if Stone Cold would have just said, "Fuck it, I don't want to work for WCW"? Because this was before Stone Cold became as big as he was.
Yeah,
Maybe The Rock doesn't do movies. Maybe The Rock doesn't do movies because
I'm not stunting on yours. I'm not stunting on your list. I'm not stunting your list. I'm just saying like, okay.
I'm just saying it has ramifications, even like
I feel you.
But are there any that y'all might have had in your honorable mentions that y'all didn't drop?
Man, I don't know, man. What's your final thoughts?
It was a good episode, man. I think sports is just one of those things that we always gonna say what if, only because the ball can bounce this way, this catch can happen, someone can be short, someone gets injured. Like, I'm gonna be real, nobody even talked about injuries. Like, there's so many great players in football, basketball that have gotten injured. Bill Walton, for example, shout out to him. People say if he didn't get injured, he'd be the second greatest center of all time behind Kareem. So, hey, man, I love sports, and the what ifs is always going to make for good debates.
It's a continuing series as far as like what ifs, man. We might see some shit in the next few days, the next few weeks with this one. We might have a what if just coming off this NBA playoffs. So, I mean, it's one of them topics, man. If you got some, let us know.
Yeah. I shout out to Cheese. Shout out to Vert Cheesy. Shout out to Juice Man. Shout out to Susie. You know what I'm saying? But all your lists, they make me think. Man, just. But the thing about it is, like, it didn't happen.
That's the thing. Hey, what it could have, should have.
I feel like the worst one at the table was the Falcons not blowing that 28-3 lead, because to Rose, to your point, we all would be in a different place in our life because we would have been on such a high from to win that championship. It might have motivated niggas to do shit they wasn't thinking about doing.
I'm trying to tell you, like,
I could be on the beach in Jamaica with 3 bad bitches right now.
Damn, Atlanta.
Only hoes go to Jamaica.
Okay, the Bahamas.
No, you're supposed to go to the DR.
Okay, I was about to say the DR. That was my third place, the DR. Yeah. But I could be on an island with 3 bad bitches drinking. I ain't say pina coladas, man. That's a little fruity, but drinking some nice whiskey.
Then they could be on sex on the beach.
I definitely would be having lots of sex on the fucking beach.
You'll be drinking them too. What that pee tastes like?
Nah, that's young Miami, man. That's young, hey, man. But hey, in the words of everything around Kim, y'all, peace.
Yeah, man. We at the next. Catch us at the next light, man. And I'm back quiet. We in traffic.